You see this? This is my old hearing aid. And this is one that I wear today. What's different? This one's flesh colored, and this one's red. It may seem like a small design tweak, but it changed my life. It made me feel as if I belong again. You see, right before 5th grade, my mom sat me down and she said, "You need to tell Michelle about your hearing loss." Michelle was my best friend, but I hadn't seen her all summer long. And 2 weeks before, I was told that I was losing my hearing, and it was going to just get worse and worse and worse. But I was 10 years old. I didn't know how to deal with heavy stuff like this. And so when I called her up before school started, we talked about our summers, we talked about sports, we talked about everything but my hearing loss. On the second day of school, she was standing behind me in line, and she tapped me on the shoulder, pointed to my hearing aid, and said, "What's that?" It was an innocent question, but I didn't know how to respond. And so I said, "It's a hearing aid," as if she was stupid not to know. And then there was just silence. And this silence followed us for the rest of our relationship. She never asked me again about my hearing loss. And it's been that year watching her slowly drift away. I felt different, as if I didn't belong. And she, being just 10 years old, didn't know how to deal with this difference. Many kids avoid difference because they're just not sure what to do with it. And so I found out quickly that I didn't want to be seen as different. And I began this long struggle to try to prove that although I had a hearing loss, it didn't change me. I was still normal. And I did this by overachieving. When I went to college, playing just one sport wasn't enough. I had to play two. I had to go to an Ivy League. I became one of the first few deaf lawyers in the US. I did some work at the United Nations, and then I became a designer. But somewhere along the way, I realized something. I am the new normal. You know that TV show, Orange is the New Black? Well, I am the new normal. Difference is the new normal. Difference, even if it seems like a limitation, is what makes us thrive, what makes us valuable. Now, one sec. I would like you to think about this. Disability encompasses all of us. If we all live long enough, we will all get disability at some point in our lives. And who here has broken their legs or their arms? Come on. Really, that's it? Come on. That's an example of a temporary disability. But what comes next is key. We also all experience something called momentary disabilities. Now, I'd like to call up a volunteer to come up and help me demonstrate what they are. What I'd like you to do is to pick up that box and those books, and then come over, while carrying the box, take a sip of the water. You're going to have to open it, though. You have to open. That was pretty impressive. Most people. But was it easy, hard?
No, it's kind of hard.
Yes. So, thank you very much for your help. As we go about our lives, we encounter situations where we will be momentarily disabled, whether we're carrying a box and trying to open up a door. And so disability really encompasses all of us. There are just some of us that experience it a lot more than others. Now, as a lawyer, I fought for equality and race, gender, disability, and you would think that I would have been outfitted with the skills necessary to feel accepted and valued by society. But to my surprise, I found the strongest tools when I transitioned from law to design. Design has this powerful ability to shift perceptions, but it's up to you to use it. Up to you. So, finally, it happened. After law school, I went back to the audiologist to get a new hearing aid. And I was thrilled because they weren't just these awful flesh-colored things anymore, but they invented red ones and blue ones and green ones. So I opted for the bright red one. And then something magical happened. My hearing aid became cool. People started saying things like, oh, love the red. This little thing created this huge shift in my life. It allowed me to celebrate my difference, and it allowed others to join in on celebrating this difference with me. This is because it opened up the door to conversing about difference without being focused on limitations.